likes up. Get the likes up. Oh, yes, girl. Get the likes up. I'm cold. We loud, we are in color, baby. Let them likes up. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I know I'm late for the live, girl. Be late for the live, child. I was on a very meaningful phone call, and I did not want to disrupt that phone call because it was a very, very lovely, sentimental phone call. So we here, girl, to get into the thing, child. Y'all already know what we're here to get into. Before we do so, please. Thumbs up the video, grill. I need you guys to thumbs up the video. Thumb it up not only helps with YouTube's algorithm, but more importantly, it triggers up YouTube's notification system. So when you are thumbing up the video, you are literally knocking on the digital door of another Conscious crew member and telling them to get their black asses into the sanctuary. What's up? Shout out to all of the new subbies. We do it all here. Teamwork makes the dream work. So thank you guys for all of your support. Also, make sure that you guys have your notification bell set to all so that you never miss a day or hour when the kank is in fact kanking. And last but not least, please share the stream out to wherever it is you have digital community, whether that be your YouTube community wall, your MySpace, your Facebook, your Twitter, your TikTok, the dark side of Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't really give a damn where you in fact lay the line. Just let them whores know that we're loud, we're live, and we're certainly in color. And all donation information is in the description box below, as well as in the ticker. And my moderators rotate all handles. $Consciouztv on Cash App and or PayPal.me. So that's Consciouztv. With no further ado, let's finally go ahead and indeed push on through Okra.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on, Conscious crew? Let me go ahead and speak to the Conscious in the building. Y'all, make sure y'all get those likes up, y'all. We need all of that. If you can use some fingers to click on the link, you can use some fingers to type in the chat. You can definitely use some fingers to thumbs up the video. What's going on, Sister Phyllis? Hey, GK. Hey, Sabby. Hey, Young Stacy. What's going on, Tip? And thank you so much, baby mother, for your old nasty piece of child support chat. Thank you, love. What's going on, Chowder, Shindada, or Shin, or Shouter. Hey, boo. What's going on, Benny Ben? What's going on, Trevor? Hey, Her Story. What's going on, Lauren? What's going on, Charisma? Hey, Lovely 31. What's going on, Esha? Hey, Sin. Hey, Ariel. What's going on, Sexy Nessa? Hey, Alexa. What's going on, Aquarius Beauty? Hey, Auntie Trish. What's going on, Gabriella? What's going on, G Baldwin? On Period. What's going on, Asia? It's Friday. It is Friday, y'all. I've been stuck in a time vortex. I have not been able to keep up with time. My sleep pattern been all over the place. I was thinking it was damn Thursday. It's Friday. Last Monday, I thought it was Tuesday. And it wasn't even damn Monday. It was actually Wednesday and not even Tuesday either, girl. So my time coordination been all off. What's going on, Walking Truth TV? Hey, boo. What's going on, Danielle? Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Vicky Vic. Hey, Medusa. Hey, y'all. Hey, Nakia. What's going on? Hey, Chef. What's going on, boo? Hey, y'all. What's going on? Old enough to know better. Hey, Danny. Hey, Bedside. Hey, y'all. Thumbs up, thumbs up. All right. So let's get into it, y'all. Girl, my God, today is not really shocking considering that they've been laying the land. They've been troubling the soil, girl, when it comes to Russell Brand for a few years now. And I am so mad that I did not give I did not have the opportunity to give this man my bussy before he turned evil villain. My God. I have been a fan of Russell Brand as an actor, as a personality, as a comedian. When he first arrived on the scene, for those of you who don't know, Russell Brand is a British comedian actor. He played in some notable films. He's also been in a high-profile marriage to no other than pop star Katy Perry. He also has been good friends to a lot of big-time celebrities such as P. Diddy, etc. He's worked all up and through MTV, the Video Music Awards. I mean, the whole nine. You know, the man is an international comedian superstar turned spiritual, then turned Christian mystic, and he now has found himself swallowed up, girl, in some of the same allegations that his good bestie, P. Diddy, is now being indicted and charged with, and will be going to trial this year over. Now, you guys know that Russell Brand came into our conversation here when the Diddy indictment first happened last year, and we explored the relationship between Russell Brand and Diddy, which we're going to get into again. And, you know, I was making some correlations in terms of personality, in terms of childhood trauma, etc. Russell Brand has been a very talented person who's been able to live a very privileged life as a result of his talents. However, he also has had a very troubled youth. He's also had a very troubled adulthood. He spent a big chunk of his life as an addict. He overcame his addiction that turned into Kundalini energy and spirituality, and that kind of became the way he supplemented and also, I guess, mitigated some of the injuries from his drug-addicted life, which according to him was fueled by early childhood rejection, emotional abandonment, physical abuse, etc. So drugs acted as a way to escape and to remove him from that trauma, and that trauma stayed with him as an adult, and then personified itself through drug usage and him being, according to him, a sex addict. Okay, he has been very transparent in his life over being a whore, over being a male harlot, over having community dick, utilizing sex the way that he pretty much utilizes drugs, because Russell also says that he has a addictive personality type. So that, coupled with addiction, makes him susceptible to abusing things that give him very strong dopamine, serotonin hits and blows to his brain, which are all the feel-good chemicals. It causes him to indulge, and then that becomes abusive and ends up becoming a problem in his life. He's done really remarkable work in terms of self-healing, work around spirituality, now politics, being a point of inspiration for other drug addicts, etc., even other sexual addicts, etc. However, it seems that there might have been some darker mistakes he made in his life regarding being a sex addict, which apparently is around the issue of sexual assault and battery. All right. Now, Russell was arrested recently. We'll get into the details of that. He was charged with 5 counts of battery and rape. And this isn't the first time he's been accused of this. Back in 2023, 2022, some women came forward also making claims that he had been inappropriate and actually abused them. He denied, of course, those claims then, and basically chomped it up to the fact that he believed he was being targeted by mainstream media as a result of his very polarizing and blunt commentary on world governments, parliament, and just really kind of being the voice of the people, which started making Russell Brand very viral. He became a very lovable, likable figure. Now, I have, been with Russell all the way up until last year during the campaign, where he really started to lean toward Trump and really started to go in on Kamala, which I felt was crazy, considering that his spirituality affords him to be on the side of those who at least attempt to be humane and have a humanity and have a love for people, which is a stark contrast to everything that Donald Trump stands for, which is elitism, ego, narcissism, immaturity, classism. You know, I was just very surprised that he was thumping on the head top of Joe and Kamala to the degree in which he did, considering that the only other option aside from them was Trump. And as I told you guys, I was willing to vote a cremated Joe Biden into office. Like, if it would have been Trump and a cremated Biden, I would have voted for the urn of Joe Biden to be the president for the next 4 years. Like, Joe Biden could have been asleep. He could have been in a coma. He could have been in a medical coma. He could have been on a ventilator. He could have been goddamn shards and ashes, girl. I would have ran to that damn poll, bitch, and voted for a ashed out, disintegrated, melted down, cremated Joe Biden. Oh, yes, I would have, baby. Okay? So after that, I couldn't take Russell Brand anymore, girl. I just had to tip on out the sanctuary with my finger up, girl. I ain't make no noise about it, girl. I ain't act a fool. I ain't turned over no tables, girl. I ain't pull up my Glock and just go Columbine in the church. I just tiptoed on out the sanctuary when he started doing the most, girl. It had me shook of child, and amidst that, these allegations came up again. So let's go ahead and just kind of go through a chronological run through, girl, and get into what is happening at the current moment. And I'm going to kind of be speed reading through this because I don't have a lot of time, you guys. But my God, today, shocking, not shocking, surprise, not really surprise, if you know what I mean. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let me share my screen here. You guys, please thumbs up the video, guys. We need all of that. I need all of the shares. I need all of the things, girl. Okay. Share. Let me put my fair use because we're going to have to play some video too. All right. So let's get into a last year article that was written up on Russell Brand. Russell Brand describes appalling rape, assault, and emotional abuse allegations as very hurtful. Okay. So this is around the first bout of allegations that showed up in 2023, 2024 that Russell Brand decided to also publicly speak to. This is also before like the recent arrest that happened like today, okay? Russell Brand has described the appalling allegations against him as very hurtful, as he again denied all wrongdoing. In September, the actor-comedian was accused of rape, assault, and emotional abuse between 2006 and 2013, following a joint investigation by Channel 4 Dispatches, The Times, and The Sunday Times. A documentary about the claims also included allegations of controlling, abusive, and predatory behavior. One of Brand's accusers claimed that she was just 16 years of age and still at school when they began a relationship, while another woman said that she had been raped at Brand's LA home. Another woman told Sky News that he made her feel vulnerable and intimidated, and alleged that he refused to call her a taxi until she performed a sex act. The fallout from the claims caused Brand to suspend his tour. After the documentary aired, other complainants came forward to BBC and the Metropolitan Police. In November, the force reportedly interviewed him. He has not been arrested or charged. Because remember, y'all, this was 2023, 2024 when this documentary and these claims, allegations were coming up. Brand, 48, told Tucker Carlson in an interview posted on the former Fox News host YouTube channel on Wednesday that it was hurtful to be accused of, quote, what I consider to be the most appalling crimes. He added, this is very, very painful and very, very hurtful. Public concoction. The actor, who has starred in films including Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Trolls, revealed the Channel 4 documentary coincided with the birth of his son, who suffered health issues after being born. He said, quote, "My son was born with a heart condition, and while the documentary airing was happening, he was undergoing heart surgery. He was 12 weeks old, and I suppose what that did, Tucker, is it revealed that what we were experiencing was a public concoction. I'm aware that I put myself in an extremely vulnerable position by being very, very promiscuous, but that is not the type of conduct I endorse, and it's certainly not how I would live now." Okay, so Russell Brand, once again, he's always been transparent about being a whore, being a sex fiend, being a drug head, being a pothead, a cokehead, a meth head, doing all the things, honey, being, you know, a whole abomination on the planet. But something that he has consistently been adamant about denying is that in his sexual conquest as a whore, that he ever performed any type of forcible sex act on anyone. He said this is a complete mischaracterization and misrepresentation of his encounters, which have always been consensual, and that this is pretty much just a witch hunt, and women who have engaged in consensual, belligerent sex with him, weaponizing those encounters for the sake of, you know, a payout, 15 minutes, clout, etc. Maybe they're working for higher powers, etc. Girl, okay? Now, Brand said that he was now mentioning his son as the documentary had made him aware of what is important in life. He added, quote, "Of course, I deny any allegations of that kind that have been advanced. And what I have seen is the significance of family and the importance of beliefs that are transcendent of this promiscuous lifestyle." Brand said that he had been a denizen of the entertainment world, where he was fostered and adored and celebrated and lived the kind of lifestyle that was kind of common for people in that arena, for single people, and in my case, drug and alcohol people, certainly with the appetite for a promiscuous lifestyle. In November, the BBC Channel 4 provided updates on their internal investigations into Brand. The corporation said 2 more people had come forward with allegations, while Channel 4 said its probe was close to completion. Brand worked for BBC 6 Music and BBC Radio 2 from 2006 to 2008. He also hosted Big Brother spinoff shows, Big Brother's Forum and Big Brother's Big Mouth between 2006 and 2013, along with other shows commissioned on Channel 4. I'm now going to play some of his response as well, courtesy of video. And you guys, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. We need all of that. I'm gonna have to refresh this page, bro. These things get clogged up. But run those likes up, y'all. We need all of that. We need all of that. We need all of that.
Russell Brand has said in the last few minutes that he's the victim of a conspiracy to silence him.
Of course, we're talking about events of the last week, but in particular, the collusion between big tech and government, and an apparent concerted effort by legacy media and now the state and big tech to silence independent media voices. Obviously, it's difficult for me to be entirely objective given the events of the last week, but that is what we must try to do.
Okay, so that was a little bit from Brand. Now, things have gotten interesting after that, because I'm kind of going to give you guys like the context clues, right? So, amidst him being accused of raping and sexual battery, Russell Brand in ways also didn't make things any better, because he was also accused of exposing himself and then joking about sexual harassment on a radio show, courtesy of The Hollywood Reporter. New allegations follow Brand denying previous accusations he had raped or assaulted any woman after an investigation published Sunday cited 4 women who accused the British comedian of sexual assault and rape between 2006 and 2013. Russell Brand is facing a new sexual misconduct allegation this time, and this is on top of what we just read. This time for exposing himself to a woman who worked in the same LA building as the comedian. The alleged incident took place in 2008, according to BBC News, who was first to report and changed the alleged victim's name to protect her identity. Brand's accuser worked for a media company in the same building at BBC's LA office and says that he not only exposed himself to her while they were both in a locked bathroom, but spoke and joked about the sexual harassment on an episode of the Russell Brand Show for Radio 2. Quote, I feel ashamed, but more so, I wonder had something been done, perhaps there would have been fewer women he would have done horrible things to, which we're reading about in the papers now, the alleged victim told BBC. The woman detailed first encountering or interacting with Brand to let him and his team into the building on June 16th of 2008, who had arrived to pre-record an episode of the show. Their next interaction would as he approached her from behind and as she was trying to retrieve sinus medication while squatting down in front of a medicine cabinet. When she turned around, she was face to face with Brand's crotch. He allegedly proceeded to say he would address her by a different name than her own before telling her, quote, I'm gonna F you. The alleged victim says she responded by telling him no, after which Brand, quote, pretty much served his penis to me as you would be serving someone some food. The alleged harassment only ended when someone banged on the bathroom door and Brand pulled up his pants. She then texted the BBC employee detailing what occurred, to which they responded they knew what had happened as Brand was making jokes about his misconduct on the very podcast they were hosting there. My God, to motherfucking day. The episode, which aired on June 21, 2008, and that BBC obtained a recording of comedian Matt Morgan, tells Brand in exchange, quote, it's been 25 minutes since he showed his willy to a lady. Later adding that, quote, he got told off for ringing a bell. Minutes later, he's showing his willy. Brand can be heard laughing throughout the exchange. The woman reportedly never made a formal complaint, citing that she hoped someone from the BBC would have reached out after hearing the podcast interview, as well as fears over the impact officially reporting the interaction would have had on her and her family. BBC management was informed about the incident in 2019, though no formal action was taken. In response to Thursday's story, a spokesperson for the BBC told The Hollywood Reporter that it was sorry to hear of the allegations and is looking into them. Quote, we are conducting a review to look at allegations of this nature, and if the woman who has shared her story is willing to speak to us, we would be very keen to hear from her and anyone else who may have information, the statement continued. A key part of the review is to understand what complaints were made at the time, if there was knowledge of Russell Brand's conduct while he worked on BBC Radio, and what was done as a result. We will, of course, speak to the Bureau team and anyone who was working there in 2008 as part of this. The Hollywood Reporter has reached out to reps for Brand and Morgan. The allegations follow a major report from the UK's The Times, The Sunday Times, and Channel 4 dispatches, in which multiple women accused the British comedian and actor of sexual assault and rape in incidents that spanned from 2006 to 2013. In response, the BBC has launched an internal investigation into Brand and has removed content featuring the comedian after assessing that it now falls below public expectations. Brand's live UK comedy tour was canceled this week, and just days after the initial investigation published, Met Police reported that they had received another allegation related to a 2003 incident. Other content providers, including Paramount Plus, have also moved to remove content featuring Brand. He was being canceled, you guys. The comedian previously denied all allegations in a social media statement he posted a day ahead of the investigation published online, stating that he absolutely refutes them before calling them part of a coordinated media attack. Hold on for a minute, you guys. I'm in the middle of a live stream. I'm going to call you as soon as I get off. Can you hear me? Hello? Huh? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay. I'm in the middle of a live stream, so I'm going to call you as soon as I get off. Are you going to be free in like 20? I'm okay. I'll call you right back. All right, bye. The comedian previously denied all allegations in a social media statement he posted a day ahead of the investigation published online, stating that he absolutely refutes them before calling them part of a coordinated media attacks. These allegations pertain to the time when I was working in the mainstream, when I was in the newspapers all the time, when I was in the movies, and as I've written about extensively in my books. I was very, very promiscuous, he said. Now, during that time of promiscuity, the relationships I had were absolutely always consensual. I was always transparent about that then, almost too transparent, and I'm being transparent about it now as well. All right. Well, allegations of showing his willy and his stream being to women, actually assaulting women, etc. Girl, it just kept getting worse because Russell Brand jokes on a now deleted podcast about actually assaulting a woman. You guys, check this out. Of course, this is fair use.
Like, it's not my extremism that I need to protect. It's my mundanity. That's what I feel is my sort of, I'm just a sort of a bloke from Essex, from a single parent family. That's a pretty comprehensive show off. Yeah. So that's like, that's but if there's anything being protected, it's that. Oh, and also I raped someone once.
Okay, let y'all hear that again.
Comprehensive show off. Yeah. So that's like, but if there's anything being protected, it's that. Oh, and also I raped someone once. So that's like, but if there's anything being protected, it's that. Oh, and also I raped someone once.
He blouts out that he raped someone at some point in time.
But but if there's anything being protected, it's that. Oh, and also I raped someone once.
But yeah, you got the.
Now, the interesting thing about comedians, girl, is a lot of their content is fueled by real life circumstances, real life behavior in situations. Most comedians joke, ironically, about their lives and use their lives and the people in their lives for their content. Yikes. It gets even more bizarre because
Hello. Firstly, thank you for these.
there's also this weird ass interaction that Russell Brand had amid those particular great allegations, girl. Check out this short.
Seasoned as I am as a journalist, I am prepared.
So this is a journalist who had kind of a long-standing media relationship to Russell. She had interviewed him in the past, kept up with his career, etc. And things got very non-consensual, as you're going to see in this video, child.
All events and all kinds of people. And when Russell Brand decided he would like to kiss me, well,
Actor and comedian Russell Brand is facing.
and when Russell Brand decided
He pecked this woman on the lips and decided to engage her in a kiss without her consent, as well as was interested in unstrapping her bra. This is not a woman he had an extra relationship with. This was not a woman he was dating. This was one of his professional peers, and he was just entitling himself to her body, to her face, for God's sakes.
would like to kiss me, well,
Actor and comedian Russell Brand is facing multiple allegations of sexual abuse. Here, Brand appears to forcefully plan to kiss on Aussie TV journalist Liz Hayes' lips while trying to unclip her bra during a 60-minute segment.
I can undo your bra just like this.
Brand's alleged predatory behaviour towards women was an open secret among staff at BBC and Channel 4, according to new revelations. Aussie pop star Danny Minogue reportedly labelled the actor a vile predator back in 2006 after doing a TV interview with Brand. The attacks allegedly took place at the height of his fame between 2006 and 2013, including when one of the accusers was just 16 years old. She claims Brand referred to her as the child. The actor denies any wrongdoing and he hasn't been criminally charged.
Very serious allegations that
So these are the things that make it extremely difficult to be able to defend Russell when he apparently was on a podcast and joked about his attempt to actually assault a woman just 15 minutes before he came back on set. And then there are also him joking in interviews about raping someone. And then there's him without consent kissing on another female journalist. And making her aware that he could successfully unstrap her bra as he entitled himself to her face. Girl, I when there's like this amount of circumstantial evidence, it's really hard to consider Brand's narrative that this is a media attack, because he has played right into that, which is very bizarre considering that the whole podcast situation, you know, him joking about what the woman alleged took place in the bathroom, happened after he had already been publicly accused of rape, etc. So then why would you continue to say things like this and to do things like this amid all of this rumor milling? But, you know, it doesn't become hard to defend Russell just there. Okay? Because Russell finally has not only been accused of, but he's been charged as of April 4th of 2025 for battery and sexual assault. Get into this People article. Russell Brand is being charged with 5 counts of assault and rape charges stemming from allegations from 4 women. The disgraced actor was first accused of sexual assault in September of 2023 when 5 women spoke on their alleged experiences in a joint investigation by the Sunday Times, The Times, and Channel 4 Current Affairs show dispatches. Following the publication of the piece, The Times reported that several women had approached the outlet with further allegations. The accusations prompted the Metropolitan Police to conduct an investigation into Brand, culminating in the actor being charged with 1 count of rape, 1 count of indecent assault, 1 count of oral rape, and 2 counts of sexual assault on April 4th. Brand, who has said he absolutely refutes and denies the accusations, will appear in court on May the 2nd, you guys. Here's everything to know about what Russell Brand has been accused of and what's next for the actor. In September of 2023, all of those publications revealed an investigation in which 5 women, 4 of whom remain anonymous, including one 16-year-old, accused of forgetting Sarah Marshall, actor, of rape, sexual assault, physical and emotional abuse. The outlets reported that the incidents allegedly transpired between 2006 and 2013. One of the women alleged that she was 16 at the time while Brand was 30. On their first date, she said he allegedly asked her age, saying, "I don't give a F if you're 12. I need to know where I stand legally." Wow. Another unidentified woman detailed how Brand orally raped her after his 31st birthday, claiming, quote, that he forced his penis down my throat. Per the Times, "It was just choking me and I couldn't breathe and I was pushing him away and I wasn't backing off at all." Women, if you ever end up in this situation, I'm going to encourage you, whether you got dentures, whether you got your natural teeth, or whether you all gums, baby, to bite that motherfucking shit off, baby. Okay? Because once you clack down on that ninja's meat, on that pervert's meat, baby, he ain't gonna even, his brain won't even have an opportunity to commute to assaulting you further, because there's going to be nothing but pain simulations, pain stimuli, baby, completely glitching up his motherfucking brain, giving you the opportunity to then actually unalive his ass altogether, or to definitely flee, baby. Even if you gotta flee with his dick still in your mouth, baby. Lorena Bobbitt, that shit, baby. Spit it out upon the forest, upon heading toward the police precinct or getting to your phone and calling for help, baby. But bite, snap, and jaw that shit off. The women continued, "I ended up having to punch him really hard in the stomach to get him off. I was crying and he said, 'Oh, I only want to see your mascara run anyway.'" 2 other women detailed their own experiences with Brand, including a 2012 alleged rape incident and sexual assault in 2013. Previously, Brand was accused of sexual assault and physical and emotional abuse by his ex-girlfriend, Jordan Martin, who did not speak in the Times investigation, but did confirm that the incidents she claimed in her 2014 book, Not Entanglement with a Celebrity, were actually accurate. Brand denied the allegations at the time. So not only has Brand, who's now married and has a child, been accused by an ex-girlfriend who chronicled her experiences in a memoir, accused him of abuse. But we're going to get into Katy Perry, who he was also married to and divorced from within a year of marriage, who also accused him of abuse in their relationship as well. Following the investigations conducted by detectives since allegations came to the surface in 2023, Brand was charged in April 2025 with 1 count of rape, 1 count of indecent assault, 1 count of oral rape, and 2 counts of sexual assault. 4 separate women leveled the accusations against him, including one who alleged she was raped in a town in the south of England in 1999. Another woman alleged that she was indecently assaulted in London in 2001, while a third woman claimed that she was orally raped and actually assaulted in London 3 years later. The fourth woman said that she was actually assaulted in London between 2004 and 2005. Quote, the women who have made reports continue to receive support from specially trained officers. Metropolitan Police Detective Superintendent Andy Furphy said in a statement, quote, the Met's investigation remains open and detectives ask anyone who have been affected by this case or anyone who have any information to come forward and speak with police, girl. So they're continuing an open investigation, baby, and they're looking for other alleged victims. A legal representative for Brand did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. How has Brand responded to the accusations? Well, let's get into his response, you guys. He posted this video to his Twitter upon being released, etc. And this is what he had to say.
And overwhelming messages. Hello. Firstly, thank you for these incredible and overwhelming messages of support. We're very fortunate in a way to live in a time where there's so little trust in the British government. We're very fortunate, I suppose, that this is happening at a time where we know that the law has become a kind of weapon to be used against people, institutions, and sometimes entire nations that will not accept and tolerate levels of corruption that are unprecedented. I'm speaking particularly to those of you that are watching this in the UK. How do you feel about your legal system right now? How do you feel about some of the high-profile cases that are not being pursued and prosecuted? How do you feel that the Southport murders were handled? How do you feel about the government of Keir Starmer? Now, that's just sort of general context. I've always told you guys that when I was young and single, before I had my wife and family, we're just about a shot over there, my beautiful children, I was a fool, man. I was a fool before I lived in the light of the Lord. I was a drug addict, a sex addict, and an imbecile. But what I never was a rapist. I've never engaged in non-consensual activity. I pray that you can see that by looking in my eyes. I want to thank all of you for your continuing support. I want to let you know that our show will be on Rumble on Monday. Thanks for your support there. And of course, I'm now going to have the opportunity to defend these charges in court, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. In the meantime, you lot, stay free, and we will be continuing to discuss this matter. Praise the Lord.
Okay, so Russell Brand seems to be in good spirits. He's still doubling down on his innocence and is saying that this is a gross miscarriage of justice regarding a raggedy governmental judicial system of Britain. A lot of the same claims that, you know, we as minority Americans make against our own government and judicial system, which is corrupted and just ridiculous. And sometimes the judicial system can end up being weaponized against the actual victim in the situation. We know in America, for instance, right, at least in the legal system, it is said that one is innocent until proven guilty. However, in a court of public opinion, the reverse is the case, where once people are accused, they are guilty until they're proven innocent. To be non-biased and to be factual as well, Russell is quote-unquote innocent until proven guilty. An investigation into these claims, his defense against these allegations, all have to play out before we know what the quote-unquote truth is. What we now have are accusations that have led to criminal charges and a arrest. And two things can be true at once. Russell it's possible that he might be innocent. I don't know if this is the dark side of the Me Too movement happening against him or not. The thing about transparency, and I've learned this from watching other people who are like very transparent, who have been very open about their lives, very open about their relationships, very open about their vices, etc. That sometimes those truths are weaponized by trolls, are weaponized by deceivers, are weaponized by those who seek to exploit someone for the sake of fame and fortune, etc. So because Russell is so transparent, he's written books about his life, he speaks about his promiscuity, he speaks about being a whore, he speaks about being an addict, etc. It would make it very easy for someone like him to end up as a bad guy superficially by someone who wants to take those truths and then use them for self-gain. That can happen. Or Russell is indeed guilty. And as I've already shown you, there are things that Russell has done publicly that make it hard to defend him or to even believe he is innocent, considering that he's joking about rape. He's joking about an incident that allegedly, just took place 15 minutes before he joked about it on a podcast. It's him not consenting to kissing on women and groping them without their consent and touching them without their consent. So, you can't even be really upset at people kind of choosing to see it for what it looks like, because what it looks like is definitely guilty as all hell. However, look at what we're going through with the Diddy situation, where we have all these lawsuits that are now being dismissed. We have all these people lying. We have all these people being sued. We have all these claims being debunked. And, sometimes it's a matter of where there's smoke, there may be a little bit of fire, but that fire might be exaggerated by all the smoke and all of the puffing. Sometimes, there's just no fire. Beyond the fog, beyond the smoke, it's just all smoke. There is literally no fire. And then sometimes there is fire where there is smoke. Which is why we have to be diligent in this age when it comes to allegations and claims against people. For me, my personal preference as this case unfolds, and I will be covering this case as it unfolds, is I'm going to do what I've been doing, which is I'm going to follow the story. I'm going to follow the investigation, and I'm going to report accordingly and, wait until we hear fully from his side and what his defenses are against these claims and start getting to the bottom of what the fuck is going on here. So this is him, saying that this is corrupted Britain government, judicial system, etc., girl, following his arrest today. But things get even worse for Brand as, you seek to be fair and non-biased, because what damn sure doesn't make Russell's plight any better is the fact that he has a very public relationship to another alleged sex trafficker, rapist, abuser, exploitator, Diddy fucking Combs. Oh my God. This is kind of the smoking GUN here, girl. Metro Co. UK. Sick and creepy 2010 film clip resurfaces with Diddy and dear friend Russell Brand. All right. This clip resurfaced amid Diddy's investigation, indictment, arrest, etc., girl. Sean Diddy Combs and Russell Brand starred in Get Him to Greek, a 2010 film which hasn't aged well. One eerily familiar and heavily misogynistic clip from the film involving the two men has resurfaced in light of the recent allegations against Combs, 54, who follow those brought against Brand, 48, in September. Let me get rid of some of these tabs, y'all. Combs faces intense legal scrutiny, including allegations of sexual assault and SEX trafficking. In the past several months, 5 people have made allegations of assault against Combs. In September, comedian turned conspiracy theorist Brand was accused of great sexual assault and emotional abuse in a joint investigation by the Times of Sunday and Channel 4 dispatches. Both Brand and Combs deny all allegations against them. Directed by Nicholas Stoller and Jason Segel, Brand starred in Forgetting Sarah Marshall's spinoff film Get Him to the Greek in his reprise role of rock star Aldous Snow, with Combs posing as Sergio Roma, the chief of fictional record label Pinnacle Records. Alongside Jonah Hill, who plays a budding executive Aaron Green, the comedy sees Combs try to get the unpredictable rocker to the Greek Theater in LA for his 10th anniversary show. One clip has now resurfaced on X, which essentially sees Combs' character Roma actually traffic a woman called Destiny to Aaron. My God, today. Quote, "Excuse me, come here for a second. What's your name?" Roma asks Destiny in the 6th scene, to which she replies, "Destiny, pay attention." He continues, "You are going to go and have sex with Aaron right now." Aaron half-heartedly mutters, "Disrespectful," before the scene cuts. Later on in the film, Aaron then accuses Destiny of raping him. At another point, Roma can be seen yelling to the sky with flames behind him in a hotel room as he says, quote, "Now this is what the music industry is all about." He continues, "I love this game." Ex-users were quick to draw comparisons between Combs' character and the recent allegations against him. Jesus, baby, they say art imitates life. Quote, "With all this Diddy-ish being exposed, looking back at his role in the movie Get Him to Greek, he was basically playing himself. The clues were right there all along," wrote Poppy Hanzo alongside the clip of the film in a post that's now gone viral. Quote, "I literally said this. He played himself in this movie," added Trap Bay 9. "This is beyond crazy," wrote another user. "Brand and Diddy together, nasty, nasty work," one user wrote. "All men in this movie are absolute trash. What a horrible way to age," wrote another user. "They put that sick-ish right in front of our faces," added another user. In a video posted by Combs and Brand around the time of filming, they can be seen flying off to Vegas for a weekend away in a private jet. The rapper introduces the comedian as a dear friend as they talk about how they're going to find some women to have sex with. Let me see if I can play this, because this damn, my computer is, wait. Can you guys still see the screen? This page is like slowing down my computer. Hold on, let me see if I can refresh this shit. Okay, good. This page doing too much. We spoke about this in the last update where Russell spoke about this Vegas trip on a private plane. He said it was one of the craziest excursions of his life. That Diddy pretty much just scooped his ass up, told him that we're going to Vegas and we're going to turn shit out. And he could not disclose the details of what took place on that all-day excursion with Diddy. And with Diddy already saying that we're going to Vegas to pretty much have sex with women, we know that a lot of whoring took place. God only knows how much drugs and baby oil and GHB was involved, etc., girl. And a lot of people around Diddy who attended his parties and was close to Diddy have referenced his excursions and parties and not been able to disclose the details, such as Ashton Kutcher. We played an Ashton Kutcher interview where he was asked, to give up some details about, like what the fuck be going down, at these, in the Diddy universe. What are these parties like? And Ashton Kutcher couldn't even find one palatable aspect of partying with Diddy that would have been okay to say on air. He had to pretty much withdraw from speaking about any damn aspect of partying with Diddy, which look, is indicative, girl, of how much demon time these folk are on. So this page won't really refresh and work. So what we're going to do is just go to the next slide, okay? Katy Perry, who was married to Brand, also spoke about his controlling behavior during their marriage. It was just like a tornado, courtesy of imdb.com. Katy Perry and Russell Brand married in October of 2010, a year after meeting when Perry had a cameo in Brand's movie, Get Him to the Greek. They announced their divorce 14 months later, and the Roar singer has since described her ex-husband as controlling and really hurtful. As she said in 60 Minutes Australia in 2020, quote, "It was just like a tornado. It was everything happening at once. Perry and Brand's relationship is under the microscope in light of new allegations of rape and sexual assault against the comedian." A fan of Perry's recall, Brand told his then wife that he was divorcing her via text message moments before she was due on stage ahead of a major concert. The moment was captured in Perry's Part of Me concert documentary. Quote, "Never forget when Russell Brand dumped Katy Perry via text and had her in bits before a huge show." Let me open up the whole article. And here is that clip. Let's see here.
You have two options. You can cancel the show, or you can do your best.
Now she has to go be a bad bitch, go make money, go take care of her and him, and here it is. He maliciously tells her that he's divorcing her right before she has to go and be a professional and be an entertainer. I mean, how narcissistic.
Start, Todd.
So she's obviously very upset.
All right, everybody, here we go. Let's stand by house lights, stand by on.
Okay, wow. So very emotionally abusive child. Let me get, oh my God. Why is my computer acting a fool? Hold on, y'all. All right, girl. Like, my computer is not computering right now. Hold on. Let me see if I can scroll back down. All right, let me pull this back up. Perry landed her first Vogue cover in 2013 and spoke about her first marriage at length with the publication. She told Vicky Woods that Brand seemed magical when they first met, and it was easy to fall in love with him, but the chaos that soon followed made it crushing when he exited the marriage only months later. She explained, quote, "At first when I met him, he wanted an equal, and I think a lot of times strong men do want an equal, but then they get that equal and they're like, I can't handle the equalness." Perry added that Brand didn't enjoy the fact that she was in charge while on the road, and despite asking him to join her several times, he never did. Perry said Brand's disdain for his empowered wife was really hurtful, and it was very controlling. Processing their split took time, but she was eventually given information that offered something like solace and could even be a hint at the allegations that Brand now faces. Perry said, quote, "I felt a lot of responsibility for it ending, but then I found out the real truth, which I can't necessarily disclose because I keep it locked in my safe for a rainy day." Multiple women have accused Brand of rape and sexual assault in a joint investigation by the Times of London and the United Kingdom's Channel 4. The allegations are the subject of Channel 4 Dispatch's documentary, which airs Saturday. The assaults reportedly occurred between 2006 and 2013, which includes the years Perry and Brand were motherfucking married. My God, today. Perry describing Brand as basically magical when they first met is also indicative of narcissistic personality disorder, the love bombing stage, where they appeal to all of your insecurities, make you feel like the most beautiful girl in the world. They sweep you off your feet. They go beyond and with exception to make themselves a safe space. And then here comes the dark side of the goddamn moon. Now, I've heard from viewers that Brand actually admitted that he is a diagnosed narcissist, which really also makes it very difficult then to further rally and entertain the fact that he is innocent as he claims, because I mean, I just don't know how much worse this can get, between joking about rape on interviews and podcasts, by kissing on women, without their consent, that he doesn't have a romantic relationship to then his ties and relationship to Diddy and their damn excursions and having whole summers together that were insane, according to Russell. He spent an entire summer with Diddy. Insanity. Once again, could not disclose the details of that. Then you have both of his ex-partners, Miss Jordan, as well as Katy Perry, who have also had similar experiences of emotional and mental abuse, etc., girl. And amidst all of this, he's been accused of rape, even by a 16-year-old and multiple women. And once again, it's appearing, at least at this juncture, girl, that where there is smoke, there certainly is a whole lot of motherfucking fire. Okay. And I believe that was all my slides. Okay. So, with that being said, this is where we are. Russell will now face off with prosecutors and will face off with the British government and face off with his accusers as it relates to these 5 counts of assault and rape. We will be keeping you all updated. Oh, one more thing that I wanted to do here. I'm so glad my brain just now. What's also eerily strange is this picture here, which I discovered after Suge Knight did an interview. This picture is once again of Diddy and Russell together. The reason why this picture fascinates me is because Suge Knight has spoke to outlets through prison, and he spoke about the boiled egg test. And he spoke about how in the entertainment industry, men of talent who want to ascend higher in the industry and power and economically have to be subjected to the boiled egg test. The boiled egg test pretty much is the ritual of a male entertainer allowing higher ups, higher execs, men in power, pretty much running through them anally and them being boy toys for these men in power. And that a male entertainer is only able to go to the next level if a boiled egg can be inserted into his anal cavity without breaking. If the boiled egg doesn't break while being inserted into his anus, it means that he has put in the literal work, that he has put in the literal sacrifice. It is a symbol of his desperation and a symbol of his commitment and faith to the brotherhood. But if that egg breaks in his anus, it means that he has not been essentially broken in successfully. And there needs to be more buck breaking and more subjugating that takes place. So these publicity stills of Russell with a now convicted, indicted Diddy holding up and kissing the neck, it's all too convenient, baby. It's literally like too many Easter eggs, no pun intended, too many correlations, connections, coincidences, synchronicities to just be ignored. It's just too much going on with Russell. I'm going to go out and actually say that a part of me will be surprised if these allegations are not true. If these allegations against Russell and these charges against Russell end up falling flat and he, walks free and he's vindicated, I'm going to let y'all know right now, this is going to further deepen my attitude toward the way I approach allegations as a whole. Because if Russell Brand walks away scot-free, if his accusers are found to be liars, manipulators, extortionists, etc., whatever you want to call them, it will then be another example of how abundantly clear how not only do the disempowered end up sometimes as prey, but also how people in power also can end up as prey. They can be preyed upon because they have power. They can also do the preying because they have power. So we're going to keep up with what's going on with Miss Russell girl. Will the wife divorce Russell amid all this? Will she stay faithful and hold her man down? Also, do you guys think that Katy Perry owes the public more than what she has divulged about her ex-husband, because she admitted that she's withholding kind of the smoking GUN? But considering that Russell has been accused by multiple women and he's now been arrested, could Katy Perry have helped to prevent some of this victimization had she done what his other ex-girlfriend did, which was really ring the town bell? Because public figures are a matter of public interest and they are a matter of public concern, especially when they are dangerous. Because the question here is, right, if other people don't owe other people anything socially as it relates to danger, then I'm curious to know, how can there ever be a successful system in place to hold abusers accountable? And glory to God, I've never been a victim of SA or any of that, but I'm a very conscientious person, so it's very hard for me to imagine not holding someone that I know is extremely problematic and abusive accountable, because being silent lets me know by default that there's more than likely other people being abused, and a 16-year-old girl is claiming to have been abused. I don't know what we do with all that. Of course, victims have a right to autonomy and discretion and privacy. At the same time, we have an epidemic going on of abusers running wild in the streets as everyday people and running wild in positions of power, whether it be in politics, whether it be in the music or the entertainment industry, with this notion that we also need to be vigilant about these things. You know, how can we do that if people are also want a degree of privacy and discretion? So, you know, it makes what to expect very difficult. We know that abusers are not going to turn themselves in, so we can't count on them doing the right thing. If they were capable of doing the right thing, they wouldn't even be doing the wrong thing to begin with. And these are just the women that we know. You know, how many more women might have been abused that have not come forward and may not come forward at all. So I pray for this world as we attempt to figure out how to deal with these things, how we protect victims, how do we outsource abusers, what's you know, how is all arranged. And also, I want to make this clear, especially because I'm a commentator and my commentary is public, that all things here are alleged. These are just allegations. Brand is innocent until proven guilty. There's another word that we can use in place of victim here, which is accusers. His accusers have come forward. And now that he's been charged, we're going to now see an opportunity for both the accusers and Brand to, you know, go to the battlefield and battle it out over truth and justice. So there's that. Diddy apparently has also been given another indictment. I told you guys that more than likely we were going to see seeded indictments against Diddy as investigations against him roll out. So there are new indictments and charges being added to the flare. We'll get into that as well. Tell me what you all think about just Russell Brand drama. Do you believe this? Do you not believe this? You know, all of your opinions are welcomed in the comment section. Please thumbs up, share, subscribe if you're new, and show some love to the Cash App and or PayPal. Shout out to my boo Mary for your PayPal donation. Thank you so much, Mary. I love you guys, and I will see you guys later. Send me all tea at consciouztv@gmail.com and or through my DMs on Instagram. Bye.